Hello, my friends. My name is Scott. I am a firefighter and a certified strength and conditioning specialist. Go check out truckroom18.blogspot.com, where I have been programming workouts for firefighters since 2011. Today, I am talking about considerations for conditioning for firefighters. Specificity is the idea that your training should mimic your sport or activity. Your training should be as close to your sport or the activity that you are training for as possible. So if you are training for a powerlifting competition, you should be doing squats, deadlifts, bench press, various versions of those core lifts, and accessory work to maximize the hypertrophy, strength, and power in your major muscle groups. That makes sense to us, right? If you're training for a marathon, you should be running a lot of miles in the months leading up to the race. But what about firefighting? How could you possibly do conditioning work that is specific to firefighting? Are you going to light a house on fire or pull hose every time you want to work on your conditioning? Of course not. That isn't very practical, so what is the answer? Our goal for all the conditioning work for Truck Room 18 is not specific activities or movements or specific muscle groups. With Truck Room conditioning, we are aiming at specific energy systems. The three energy systems that provide fuel for muscle contraction are the phosphagen system, the glycolytic system, and the oxidative system. The phosphagen and the glycolytic systems are anaerobic. Firefighting is primarily anaerobic. So what I want most out of the Truck Room 18 conditioning is to create circuits that are specific to the anaerobic systems. And doing that means training in a way that is intense enough that you are using ATP faster than your oxidative system can supply it. So you are working intensely, approaching maximum effort under fatigued conditions, working at a high percentage of max heart rate, a high percentage of VO2 max. Breaks and transitions are generally short, and there is a high level of acidity in the muscular environment. I want myself and my brothers and sisters to be able to put our foot on the accelerator and be able to work as hard as we possibly can for at least a full air bottle. And we get there through specificity of energy systems, aiming our conditioning at the anaerobic energy systems. A couple other considerations for the circuits. I don't want the circuits to be so long that they will detract from our strength training, and I purposely use pretty simple exercises with equipment that I am confident can be found in every firehouse. I mentioned the three energy systems that power our muscles, the phosphagen, the glycolytic, and the oxidative systems. All three energy systems are active all the time, but different energy systems provide more fuel for your muscles at different times and intensities. The phosphagen system is most active during high-intensity, short-duration activities. The glycolytic system is most active with moderate to high-intensity, moderate duration activities up to about 3 minutes. Then the oxidative system is most active during steady-state, lower-intensity activities greater than 3 minutes. ATP is the fuel that allows for muscle contraction. Your muscles cannot contract without ATP. The phosphagen system can supply ATP very quickly, but the capacity is the smallest. The glycolytic system can supply ATP at a moderate rate with a moderate capacity. The oxidative system can supply ATP much more slowly, but it has a massive capacity. An easy way to think about the division between anaerobic and aerobic training is that anaerobic work requires ATP to be supplied at a rate that is greater than the oxidative system can supply it. So, if you are doing an exercise or running at a rate that is not sustainable for more than about 2 minutes, you are definitely training or working anaerobically. And during a circuit, you are transitioning from one exercise to another. Your heart rate is going up and down. Your effort level and muscle groups used are changing repeatedly. Small rest periods are built in to allow us to repeatedly work in that anaerobic zone. At a working fire, there is definitely enough for everybody to do. You are absolutely going to work at a rate that is greater than your oxidative system can supply ATP. Carrying a bundle up to the third floor, deploying and moving hose, forcible entry, throwing ladders, VEIS, pulling ceiling to search for fire. All the critical tasks that need to get done in the opening minutes of an incident are largely anaerobic. So, benefits of anaerobic training include improved ability to do work on the fire ground. Also, our bodies will store more creatine phosphate, which we turn into ATP with the phosphagen system. Our bodies will store more muscle glycogen, which we turn into ATP with the glycolytic system. Muscle buffering capacity, which is the ability to neutralize the acidic muscular environment during exercise, is increased with anaerobic training. VO2 Max, which is your ability to take in and use oxygen, is increased. And also your aerobic capacity is increased. Training that is aimed specifically at the anaerobic systems will also benefit and improve your aerobic system. So as firefighters, we of course need strength training and we need anaerobic conditioning to maximize our abilities on the fire ground. I have no issue whatsoever with aerobic training. A lot of people that are in amazing shape for this job love distance running. But if you are lifting weights and then your conditioning is only aerobic, like steady state running, rowing, or cycling, you are missing an important piece of the puzzle. Anaerobic conditioning is essential to firefighters. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.